Mega boom, guys! Tony Rivera here with 7-time world champion, multiple-time Abu Dhabi champion. This guy is known as simply as the man, RG-GRACIE. RG, thank you so much for taking the time out to do an interview with me. Real quick, I know you got Abu Dhabi first or the King Mo first?
King Mo first, 2 weeks before.
Wow. So how's training coming along?
It's good. Training's been very good. I was just 3 weeks to the fight. So I think I've done most of my training. So I've just arrived 2 days ago here in New York. So just to sharpen up my strategy, get my body nice and sharp for the fight.
Now you live in London, right?
I've been there 9 years now.
Wow.
Long time.
And you have one academy, or you have multiple academies?
I have 2.
Yeah. I know I was here for your student, Luciano. He got promoted to black belt. I heard great things about him. How's his progress coming along?
Doing good. He's a tough kid, man. He's been for quite a few years with me in London. And I was actually holding him a little bit on the ground there, so I wanted him to compete, to get the taste for it. He competed in the Worlds. He was, I think, semi-final, quarter-final. The guy kicked him in the head, knocked him out in the middle of the fight.
In this year's Worlds?
Yeah, he was winning. He was killing everyone. Wow. And the doctors didn't let him continue, so he couldn't.
But it was an accident.
It was an accident. Yeah. So I think he got third, but then I couldn't hold him any longer, you know.
Now, speaking of competition, I know there's some people who compete, some people who don't. Like, what are your feelings about the importance of competition?
I think for an athlete is probably one of the most important things. I think you have two different type of people who train. You know, those who doesn't have much time to train and they have busy in their life, normal job, so they do it for the fitness and a little bit of self-defense, you know, for the confidence. But I think especially for the youngest, you know, you have to compete, but I would recommend everybody to it because it just helps you in so many ways, you know. First, when your technique, it helps a lot more because you end up training more for fighting, you know. You don't have to be like a professional fighter. You just have to train a little bit more, dedicate a little bit more time, and just go do the amateur competition, jiu-jitsu.
Right. Also, I think it benefits your emotions, like how to deal with your anxiety, your fears.
Especially your fears, because you have to face situations that you're not used to. You know, suddenly a lot of people get very nervous going to fight someone else. You know, you have the adrenaline and that anxiety before. And it just helps you to deal with that because you just push it to the extreme. So normal daily life, it just becomes so much easier to deal with because you're used to dealing with a lot more pressure when you're competing, you know. And I think that you only can make a better person, you know.
Yeah. Now, I was watching a couple videos. I mean, you got a million videos out there. Not you personally, but there's people who make a bunch of videos out on RG-GRACIE. And there was one video, it was just strictly like defense. And then I heard a rumor, which I don't know if it's true, but they said the highest belt you had, well, besides Luciano now, was a purple belt. How do you, like, do you put yourself in bad positions all the time?
Oh yeah,
to work your defense?
Yeah, no, but I have quite some high students in London. I have a few black belts there now.
Okay.
But I think a big part of my game was always my defense. Even though that I'm very big, but because I started very young, so I wasn't the biggest one in the class. It's the opposite, you know. Till I have actually grown up, I was like 20, 21 years old, I was always the smallest. And till I got my belt, you know, your blue, purple, brown belt, there was always like very tough brown belts to train with. So constantly, you're always fighting with people much better than you. So naturally, they putting you in a difficult situations.
Right.
So I think because of that, and I wasn't, you know, now I consider myself a big guy, you know, quite physically strong, but it took me quite a while to develop that. So my youth, I was physically weak, you know, not weak, but I wasn't stronger than everybody else.
So pretty much you were always put in bad positions.
Yeah, so I had
you were forced to have good defense.
So I couldn't use strength. I had to use my technique.
Right. And
always getting, you know, tapped out, getting beat up by people better than me. So I just got used to use skills more than power.
Now, real quick, when you were coming up, where did you train? In GRACIE Baja?
GRACIE Baja in Brazil, yeah, for sure.
Now, how long have you? I mean, I know my answer to this, but I'll ask you. I mean, you could train anywhere in the world. You know, why Renzo GRACIE New York City?
I think this is one of the best schools out there, probably in the world. You know, I think if you're not the best,
Right.
And I have such a great relationship with Renzo. I think he's been here so many years. He has great students, you know, the level here is very high. I have my cousins here. And I know everybody comes here to train. You know, today was one of the best training sessions you could ask for.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
Train.
Definitely was a good surprise.
Romulo Barral, Renzo, we got GSP and Dave Branch and Gregor.
Monsters.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that, you know. So I think for me, the best training that I can get is definitely here in New York because you have everybody training together.
Now you seem like you put on more muscle. I mean, I first met you years ago at Mohegan Sun. Do you follow the Gracie diet, or you eat animal protein also?
No, I do eat some meat. I don't. If I say I'll follow, I'll be lying, you know.
Right.
I try, like sometimes I don't like to mix because the Gracie diet is basically in the combining food, you know. Some foods you can't mix with the other because that's cause accident on your body. So sometimes I do try to follow, but to be honest with you, not too much. I eat everything, you know. I can say I'm a radical. I eat meat, you know.
Right.
But of course, I try to eat as often as I can, especially before a fight. You know, I try to cut all bad carbohydrate, sugar, fried. You know, that I always leave on the side.
Just like basically just eating clean.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned GSP. I know you've been working with him for a while. How's his progress coming with jiu-jitsu?
It's good, man. GSP is good. Much better than everybody think he is. People has an idea he's more of a stand-up guy, but he's very good on the ground. I think you can see on his fights when he fought BJ Penn. Everybody consider BJ Penn a great jiu-jitsu practitioner, and he completely dominated him on the ground.
Right.
You can see,
I mean, he's built like a horse too, man.
Yeah,
he's so muscular, so powerful.
He's a great athlete.
I was looking at the Abu Dhabi this year. I mean, you've been in so many, but this year, I mean, they always say this is the best year, this is the best year, but this year, literally, man, I looked at the card and I said, holy shit, every fight is like a super fight. I mean, are you excited for it?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think, as an athlete, there's nothing you can ask for more, a competition when the best in the world are there for you to face against. I think as a reward when you fight, you can't ask for anything better, to fight against the best in the world. And I think that's what brings the victory. It's not the medal, it's not the belt, it's the challenge that you have to face, Once you go through that and you succeed, you're already the champion. I don't need to hold a medal, A medal, you gotta put in my cupboard and stay there, not even look at it, never again. But just the challenge that you have to do.
Now, one thing I have extremely admiration for with Master Renzo and yourself, and pretty much all the guys here is the humility that everybody carries. Now, just explain to everyone how important it is to be humble, just as a martial artist, as a competitor, as a man.
I think that it varies with people's personality. It's the way you fight, the way you act. Daily life is the way you're gonna fight. If the guy is cocky, when he's fighting, he will be a cocky fighter. And I think when you reach a level, you don't have to prove anything else. For me, when I see the guy, they don't have any respect for other fighters. They try to prove to show a point before. That for me is all insecurity. They try to overcome what they don't have inside.
Exactly.
I think the better you are, the less you have to show others.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to act as the best fighter in the world. You just have to go there and show what you have.
Now, really quick, was there ever a guy that tried to get your juices flowing? I'm sure there had to be a couple.
No, that's normal. Every time you fight, there's always some talk before.
But you don't get involved in it.
I don't even listen. I don't watch anybody's interview. I don't go on the internet see what.
He's too cool for that, guys.
What people is talking. I don't give a damn.
All right, Roger. Thank you so much for any last shout outs, any sponsors you want to thank?
Just thanks for the Renzo GRACIE team here. My cousins, all my coach. That's all I ask for.
Guys, look out for RG-NYC. Strikeforce, is it
Strikeforce, September 10th.
September 10th is fighting King Mo. It's going to be live on Showtime. After that, guys, ADCC, September 24th and 25th. RG-NYC, guys, that's all I got to say. Everybody knows him as the man. Thank you so much, Roger.
Thank you.